Welcome, Tech for Senior Live. Oh, are you up and running now? Or we've got that was a rousing jingle there, Hewie. Thank you for doing that.
Ah, that's neat music.
You got Ray. What do you think of our music?
I like that. Called electronic music.
Yeah,
yep.
Yeah. No copyright. Yes, indeed. Well, welcome everybody. Those of you out there listening, we would like you to welcome and welcome to Tech for Senior Live. This is where we get to sit around and talk about tech all morning and have a cup of coffee. We have a section in the comments here. If you could put in your name and where you're from, that would be just fine. If you have a birthday, Ray would be happy to sing you birthday. Happy birthday. I see that the Chris and Jim Gould from Geeks on Tour are here. That's great. They're back from their holidays, and so we look forward to everybody this morning. And this is, of course, the same gang that is there on our Monday show. We have, of course, our regular show on Monday, which is broadcast through a Zoom meeting and broadcast over to YouTube and to Facebook. Today's meeting, which is called Tech for Senior Live, is where we sort of sit around and talk about tech articles from our Facebook page. We have a Facebook page, and the four of us today post articles there, recent technical articles all about recent tech, and we sit around today and just talk about them. So it's a sort of a relaxed thing, and we have our coffee here, and we sit and have coffee and sit and talk tech for an hour. Now, we will answer your questions. If you want to put any questions in the chat that you want answered, we have a lot of experts here today. And we can certainly talk about that. I want to introduce everyone today. I think now I'm going to say they don't need introductions, right? So the first person is, of course, my co-host on Monday, Hewie Popluck. Hewie, say hello.
Hello, everybody.
How's your week going? Are you doing okay?
I've been busy. I've got, tomorrow I'm doing a presentation to a group in Kansas City. And then on Sunday is my Windows Special Interest Group meeting.
Oh, that's right. The WinSig. Yeah. It's a big week.
And then Monday, bingo, it's Tech for Senior time again. So I got to put something together for that too. So it's going to be a busy weekend.
And Ray, how the heck are you? Ray is fortunately going to be... is fortunate for us that Ray's going to come more on our Thursday show. He was studying to do video editing for the summer, but now he's got lots of time and he can come over, and we're so happy that you can come over and spend some time on the show with us.
Yeah, I missed last week. I was in beautiful Sedona, Arizona for a few days.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if you know what a roundabout is, if they have roundabouts.
Yeah, we've got those. Yeah.
So I've learned that the navigation system only counts the number of roundabouts. That doesn't count, but it dictates about the roundabouts. So every 30 seconds I'm hearing roundabout, and the next, I didn't want to hear that word anymore.
There you go. And of course, Bob Gostisha, our expert in security. Bob, how the heck are you doing?
Just fine.
Hey, we can see you and we can hear you. What do you
But I can't see me. I can hear me, but I can't see me.
Hey, you look
fine, Bob.
Yeah, you look great. We'll let you know that you look great. Yeah, you look great. Hey, so the thing Bob doesn't know, and I didn't tell him this in the pre-meeting we had, I got hacked this week. I did.
You did?
Yes. Yeah, I did. So I thought I'd tell Bob about this. so we well, it was a credit card scam, right? And it wasn't me. Now we have a credit card, a Visa card that we mostly use. I never use it, and Gail uses it for online shopping. She does a lot of quilting, and she gets a lot of stuff online and gets it sent to the house. So she uses this only really for online purchases. And sure enough, I was reconciling my bank statement yesterday, and I brought the reason I'm bringing this up is because the importance of reconciling a bank statement. If you don't look on those bank statements and see what the charges are, it's a bad deal. Because here's what happened. So the first charge was like for $3, and it was an Uber Eats. Now we don't have Uber. I've never dealt with Uber. We don't even have Uber on our island, right? So and then there was a charge. This was interesting, Bob. It was to McAfee. There was a $35 charge to McAfee, and I thought, what? I've never dealt with McAfee in my life, and so there was that. And then as that happened, there were two more charges to Uber Eats, one for $60 and one for $90. So obviously they were having a nice dine out on our card, right? So of course I had to phone Visa, and of course they were very eloquent about it. They, canceled it, gave me the money back, and they're sending a new card. But I guess the bottom line here is check your statements, because now my wife, of course, she lives with this crazy guy, me, right? And she's always listening to me, telling everybody, you don't do this and don't do that. So, I mean, she's pretty computer literate. I don't think she was doing anything that she shouldn't have been doing. And I have no idea how they got the number, right? But it was interesting. I caught it because I reconciled my statement. Mm-hmm. So there you go.
And this was definitely a credit card, not a debit card?
No, credit card. Yeah. No, not a debit card.
Okay.
No.
Yep.
No. And the other thing, so I talked to my wife and I said, Gail, she's starting to use more PayPal. And I said, you should, this wouldn't be a problem if we use PayPal. So that's important because they don't know what the card is. So the number is. So, but I mean, the credit card company was very nice. They did it. They were fine. But if I hadn't reconciled that statement,
and you were lucky they were small amounts.
Yes.
They usually do the small amounts.
Mine started with 99 cents.
Right.
Then it was $1.99.
Right.
Then it was $199.99, and then they tried $5.99.99.
Yeah.
Of course, by the time it hit the 99, I was already alerted by my bank.
Right. Well, I had a problem was I was this was about 3 years ago. I was coming back just before I crossed the border from the United States into Canada, and I went to fill up with gas, and I was standing there at the gas station, and I just put about 25-30 cents in, and I looked across the street and I saw the gas was like 15 cents cheaper per gallon, and I thought, well, just a minute now. So I stopped and I put the thing back, drove over there, put the same card I used in the previous one, and I put it in there, declined. The card was frozen, and as soon as you put a little amount in there, they froze the card. So anyway,
one other question: that credit card, is that through the same bank that you normally use, or is it okay?
No.
If your credit card is through your bank, you are more likely to get an automatic notification from your bank.
True.
Okay. If it's not associated with your bank, then of course you have to definitely keep an eye, and you should be doing it more often than just once a month.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, I haven't reconciled a statement in about 15 years. I just do it. Once every day or every other day. I just go online really quick and look at all the recent charges, and I that's it. So the whole idea of spending a lot of time reconciling it, not worth it.
Right. Now I have an announcement to make for everybody. Now that we've got about 10 minutes. We've got a bunch of people in. We'll talk to everyone in a second. Not a big announcement. It's sort of a sad announcement, but it's an announcement that I think we have to do. I wanted to thank Avast for the tremendous support and for their ability to give us licenses and help with our giveaway program that we had. The giveaway is sort of a cool idea, and it started by StreamYard, and the giveaway tool really works quite well. And I want to thank Avast just over and over and over again. They've been super supportive, and our decision to stop the giveaway has nothing to do with Avast. Again, we are so thankful for their support. We are concerned, and there have been some problems with the ability of doing some sort of contest or some sort of giveaway in the type of media that we're using. And that's all I can say. We spent a lot of time this week thinking about it, and we really are going to stop the giveaway part of this show. The possibilities are really quite immense. So we've decided not to do that anymore. So Bob, will you extend our thanks to Avast and thank them for the service, and it's nothing to do with Avast, but we just don't want to expose the site on what we do to the risk. So that was the announcement that we had. I don't want to really dwell on that anymore. Let's talk. Let's have a look and see who's listening. We have Chris and Jim Gould from Geeks on Tour in Florida. They are back from their long holiday. They'll probably have the Button Show, my second favorite show in the whole world, on Monday. Oops, I guess I got to put your show in there too, eh, Hewie?
Yeah, they're right. They're towards the end of my show, so you can watch most of mine and
right.
Then go to them.
Right. Of course, first would be Tech for Senior on Monday. So, but you got to watch their show. We have Gerald says it's from Seattle. It's sunny and 64 degrees. Well, that's very interesting because it's raining here, and we usually get the same weather. So that's sort of interesting. Sally says she's from Washington. Good morning. Clark Walker, hello from a rain-soaked and currently raining Trenton, New Jersey.
And they don't need it.
Yes. Bill H, Oregon, on the Chromebook. Great. Good morning from Louisiana, Gerald Marth. Olive Cousin. Where did it? Oh, sorry. Olive Cousin. Hi from Oregon on Windows 2. Did he maybe he meant Windows 12, eh? I don't think. I think he probably.
I don't think so.
I think
there's no Windows 12. Windows 11 hasn't been released.
Oh yeah. Windows
Officially.
Gee. And hey, we're broadcasting to across over to Europe. Hello, Detlef. That's great to see you. And it means that we are internationally broadcasting, which is cool. Jim Tallman from Venice, Florida. Steve Powell from Kirkland. Christian, we have people who refuse to pay us with PayPal. Could you clarify what you said with PayPal? These scams could not happen. When PayPal there's a relationship between you and PayPal, and a relationship between PayPal and the seller, and the seller never actually gets. So when you pay with PayPal, PayPal pays the seller, and the seller never gets your credit card number. There's a transaction number, but they never know what your credit card number is. So the seller would never ever be able to, if they got hacked, they had problems with, some of their data got leaked, or they're trying to do something fraudulent, they couldn't do it because they don't know what your credit card number is. There's a unique ID number that comes from PayPal to the seller, and that's all there is. So there's no way that fraud could occur. And particularly some sites that get hacked and they have all the numbers on those. And so it's just, there's nothing there. They can't transmit it. Bob, did you have anything more on that you wanted to say?
No, that's what it is. PayPal is a middleman, and it protects your credit card because your credit card number is never exposed when you work through PayPal. The only one who has your credit card is PayPal.
Right. And I would say that the other thing is it's free. They don't charge you.
Correct.
And it's actually got a pretty good service because you can transfer. Well, we'll talk about transferring money in later in the show. We'll do that a bit later. I'm going to talk about that. We are actually working this summer. Yes, they did. They did a whole bunch of shows and traveled around. And I said to Chris the other day, I was talking to her, I said, I bet you're happy to be back in your bed And she said, yeah, he said, it's fine in that little vehicle we have, but it's nice to get back to our home. Yeah, for sure. Bobby Dornhecker from Phoenix. Yeah, 110 today. Yeah. Olive Cousin Windows. So I'm assuming Olive is saying Windows 11 probably.
She's responding when she said Windows 2 with a numeral. She meant Windows as well.
She's using Windows.
Okay. Right.
Rather than
okay.
Filling out TOO.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Stuart, yours says, are there fees? No, there's no fees associated with PayPal.
Not unless you are the person who's selling a product.
That's right.
There's a fee.
That's right. And the other thing is that PayPal links into your bank accounts as well. So when you go to pay through PayPal, you have your choice of choosing whether you want it. You can list all your credit cards in there and your bank. So when you go to pay, you can choose which service that you want it to be paid through. So, for example, if I'm paying for a service and I want to use it for some reason right out of my bank, then that money would be transferred to the seller. But the seller doesn't know my bank account and has no. Right. They don't even know where my bank is or what my bank is. It's all transiting through PayPal.
You're in essence doing electronic fund transfer, but the seller knows nothing about.
That's
right. APCUG has been using PayPal for members renewals for many years, and as treasurer, I can tell you that with each succeeding year, we get more people paying us by PayPal and less paying us by check. And I like that much better from the treasurer's perspective and the amount of work involved.
Sure. You said, we think PayPal is the most secure way to make purchases online. It drives us crazy when people don't trust it. Yeah, I mean, I did a show on PayPal. I can't remember. Like, it's huge. Like, I mean, most of the internet transactions now in the world today go through PayPal. It's hundreds of billions of, it's very secure. We'll talk a bit about that later.
Well, you can also do pretty much the same thing using Amazon. Amazon has pretty much the same kind of where you can use Amazon Pay.
Right. And I don't think, Bob, now maybe someone could correct me if I may be wrong on this, but I don't think you can use PayPal on Amazon I don't think Amazon, is that true? I
believe you're right.
Yeah, I don't think actually.
Yeah, they don't get along.
Yeah, they don't get along. But I'm
because they're competing. In essence, they're competing.
Yeah. That said, PayPal does not have an advantage exchange rate for an advantage. Yeah, now this is one of the things Steve Dotto talks about a lot in his. He's talked about this many, many times. And if you are doing shows that broadcast internationally, and you are using PayPal, one of the big concerns is that the transaction, the exchange rates, of course, all work in PayPal's got to make some money somehow, right? So the exchange rates all work in PayPal's favor, and that's an issue. And Steve did some good shows on that. If there are alternatives to how you can do this. And he's got some ideas on it. I don't want to dwell on that for a long time in the show today. All right. Shall we get to work, you guys? What do you think?
Might as well.
We might as well.
Our work is talking, and we're doing that anyway.
Well, we got some funny stuff. I think it's going to be a good show today. They got some cute stuff that we're going to show. Now, for those of you who don't understand what we're doing, is we have a Facebook page called Tech for Senior, right? And what Bob, Hewie, and I do is we spend every day, hours every morning, going through all the news feeds and posting current articles that we think you'd be interested in. So you don't have to look at all the other garbage. If you just have to look, and we'll choose what we think, and we post that to our Facebook page. So here's some of the articles. I'm going to share my screen. Just hold on a sec. Let me get my page up here. I'm going to share my screen. And we'll share the screen. And I think you can see it. I've got that enlarged. How are you guys doing? Are you okay for enlargements?
I have no problems. I'm on the Facebook page.
Yeah. So the goal here is not that you read the article as we're going along. If you at home are listening and you want to you want to follow along, you just go to our Facebook page and you can follow along. So the goal is really not to look at the articles. Hugh, you said you posted and you weren't first anymore.
Yeah, you got to refresh the page. That's 2 hours old. Yeah.
Let's see what you did. Hewie said he got in on top of me here. I always like to post the last article so I can start off with an article I know. So what did join Ron Hewie? Well,
that's the first item on there.
Yeah. First item.
Yep.
Okay.
And he's the
here
second.
You go.
Yep.
Will these fit over my prescription glasses? So what the heck is this about, Hewie?
Facebook and Ray-Ban are coming out with some smart glasses, and that it leaked, and there's right to the side of both of the eyes there's some kind of a, I guess, video, and I'm not sure exactly what it does, but either way they're going to be watching you.
Or you're watching someone else.
Or you're watching somebody else. I'm not sure whether you see it or whether something's being recorded. But it's through Facebook, so how much do you trust it either?
Well, actually, we talked. I think I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. This is all part of the Facebook's virtual reality. This is, augmented reality rather than virtual reality. Interesting. Yeah. Are you going to get a pair?
I don't know. It doesn't say yet how much they're going to be and exactly what they're going to do, but it certainly sounds interesting.
Now, Bob, this was interesting. I actually listened to... Is this a podcast you were talking about? I listened to this guy talk about this, and this is very interesting. Proton mail.
Yep.
It's did you
it won't make Mike Ungerman very happy.
Yeah.
Well, without going in, because we could spend the whole hour talking about this. Bob, did you? Oh, you put the link to the YouTube video right at the top there.
Yep, correct.
Yeah, this was. I listened to this video, and this is actually a really good video, and it talks about security and proton mail, and so on and so forth. And we don't need to make this a long talk, but I think that if you are concerned about security or privacy, you may find that Gmail just may be your best choice, right? So anyway, listen to the video and lots of interesting stuff. Thanks, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one. And Hewie, you're putting advertising in here.
Absolutely for Windows Windows, yeah.
Against community guidelines.
Oh, nuts. Well, I'll take it back then. Yeah, but this Sunday is the Windows SIG, and the last meeting was entirely on Windows 11. I'm going to do just a couple of follow-ups, and then we're going to talk about some other Windows things and some just general computer items as well. I'm going to talk about the Microsoft Power Toys, which anybody can use on any version of Windows, going back to Windows 8, 7, and I think even earlier.
Right.
Way back when.
Right. Hey, Hewie, what's the latest on the processors? Do you think they'll go lower than the 8th generation?
I haven't heard they're going to change any of that. What they are saying, though, is that you might be able to install it on older computers, but there's some discussion on how they're going to support you, and there's a good possibility you're going to have to do manual updates. You're not going to be able to get automatic updates, and it may not work all the time. So
interesting. So
I'm still on a computer that's running Windows 11 that says it's not supported, but I'm not the one that installed Windows 11. Windows did. Microsoft did. So, I want to see if they're going to take it back or if they're going to leave it.
Speaking of Windows 11, this may be a good time. I'm going to stand on my soapbox for a minute and give you guys a comment. And I would be interesting. I don't want to dwell on this because it could take up the whole time. But let me tell you what my feeling is about this. And I don't know if you've thought about this. I believe that one of the reasons that we're going to be switching to Windows 11 is advertising. I think that the future of Windows and the concept of what's going to happen, nothing in life is free. YouTube isn't free. There's ads supported, or you pay $10 a month and get rid of the ads. And I suspect, in my personal view of this is, and you can call me on this in a couple of years when we're sitting there, you say, Ron, it isn't true. But I think, and you're starting to see some articles coming out now about people complaining about pop-up ads. And I think that ultimately what's going to happen with Windows 11, it's going to be a two-stream system. There will be a paid advertising version and a non-paid version, depending if you have, pay the money or not. So just my thoughts on that. And I think and you're starting to see that now with pop-up ads and people complaining about that. And I'm
going to be talking Sunday about a problem that arose this past week where some things didn't work right and how to fix them. But right. What caused them was the fact that they didn't push the right buttons to make the ads work.
All right. So anyway,
so you're probably pretty close to being right on the button.
Yeah.
And I think the paid version will be a subscription service, just like Office is.
Yes. Ray, I think you're right. I think you're exactly right. So, my new TV. This just got announced this morning. TCL is bringing out this ultra slim X9 Google TV. Google TV, remember, it's now Google TV. It has an Atmos sound bar in it, which comes with it. And it also has Zoom on it. It has cameras and everything, so you can actually do your Zoom meetings. It is going to be such a cool TV.
So you're going to spend $10,000 on your TV.
We'll wait till the price comes down. I don't know what. Yeah,
it's an 85 inch as well.
Correct, but it is $9,999 and probably 99 cents.
Yeah, that's. I'll have to. I don't know if Gail's going to let me buy it. I'll have to run that.
Bob plus COD and postal charges probably.
And that's U.S. dollars. That's U.S.
They
dollars.
Never count.
Yeah. Now the Atmos sound bar is neat because directs the sound from all kinds of directions. So if there's an explosion overhead, you'll actually hear it overhead.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, that's sort of cool. Anyway. Now the next article came up, and let me explain this and why
they got their money back, huh?
They did, yeah. So here's what why I put this on there this morning is that, and I think this merits talking about because it has to do with what we just were talking about. This was a case a couple of weeks ago. It was a news feed where this couple that lived in Ontario, Ottawa, did an electronic transfer and lost $20,000. And I thought, and I sent it to Bob, and I said to Bob, what do you think of this? And Bob looked at it and said, well, we really don't know what all the details were. He said, it could have been this, it could have been that, was this fraud and all that sort of stuff. And I said, it's interesting. And the reason that I brought this all up, and I think we should maybe talk about this more on our Monday show, is that what happened to everybody likes their banks. They always stay with their banks forever. They think their banks are great. You've got all your money stored in your bank, and you think your bank is there to protect you, and it will keep you in good stead no matter what. Well, 2 years ago, the Banking Act changed in Canada at the request of the banks, and they are no longer. And the banks all changed their terms of service as far as electronic banking goes, and they are no longer responsible. They're no longer committed to offer responsibility on electronic transfers, which means you are now at the mercy of the banks, whether or not, if there's fraud, whether you're going to be protected. Now, this is also following into the United States now with some of the bankings scenes that I've seen down there, is that it's changing, and that you have to be very, very careful when you are transferring money, because the banks may not give it back. You may think they've got your back, but they don't. And in this case, this couple, the banks refused to pay it. And of course, there was a big investigation, and of course, the national news. But this is not uncommon, what we're seeing in news reports now. And they did reverse their decision, and the people did get their money back. But all I'm saying is this also... there are more secure ways through PayPal, Venmo, and other ways, rather than just doing and e-transfer out of your bank. I'm not sure that that's the best way to do it. Bob, have you got any comments on that?
No, just be careful.
Yeah.
The other thing, when you're doing the transfer, EFT, it's your responsibility to put the right numbers in. If you make a mistake, you may not get your money back because somebody else got your money.
Yeah. So just everyone be careful with that, and you should just be careful. This was interesting. Do you guys, I've got both of these. I've got the gimbaled one. This is DJI's smartphone gimbal, and the one on the left is the older one that you put your camera in, and then you can it's gimbaled on there, and you put your smartphone in there, and you can. That's sort of cool. But I didn't like that because I was worried my smartphone would fall out. So I've got the one, you've seen it, with the little camera, the 4K camera on that's gimbaled, that comes from DJI. But they've now brought out one that has a selfie stick in it, and your camera can come up and it's gimbaled. And with the new Pixel 6 camera coming out and the new iPhone coming out, that's going to have just amazing photographic properties. This may still be the best way to go if you want to, do some cool stuff. And so I just want to let everyone know that that DJI brought out one, and this is not only gimbal, but it's on a selfie stick.
The Pixel 5.
I bought one really cheap. I think through Kickstarter. I think I paid about $30 for it, and I haven't even gotten it out of the box yet to figure out how to use it. It's only one axis gimbal, but it's still it's on a selfie stick. And where I'm thinking that will come in handy is when the user groups start doing hybrid meetings, it might be a good camera to use at a meeting to be able to, for a microphone and a camera, to be able to do it locally at the meeting. And with a cheap one, that would be good because most groups don't want to spend the big bucks.
Your Pixel phones, even the 4, does excellent pictures.
It does, yeah.
Yep.
It does.
I have a 5. I'm not going to upgrade to the 6 because I'm just waiting for something else to come out. Until that does, I'm not spending another $1,000.
Indeed, yes. Well, we're going to come. There's a couple of things coming up here that we're going to talk about. Hewie, Chrome OS is being released.
Yeah,
93.
Yeah, I uploaded this same link yesterday, and because I had just gotten my 93, and it's on my I got it yesterday.
Oh, okay. I don't
and I posted it on here as well.
So you're okay.
So you'll see another one farther down the same.
Okay. So for those of you who don't know, Hugh and I do a monthly show called Learning Chromebooks, and we usually talk every month about the new OS that's out. And Chrome and Google has sort of said in the last 6 months that they're going to try to do an upgrade each month. So we will be seeing lots of changes as it comes along. And one of the big changes is in file management, which I was happy to see. So anyway, lots more to come on this. We'll be talking about Chrome OS 93 in I guess 3 weeks now or 2 weeks?
A few weeks. Yeah,
it's the fourth Thursday of the of the month.
You guys are working on 93. I'm already on the next one because I'm a beta tester. So.
I know.
You're ahead of the whole world, Bob.
You're ahead of us, Bob, but you're always one step
Listen,
ahead.
I'm in a hurry. I don't have many more years left.
Gee. Let's do some questions here. Hold on. Let's do, before we get in. Oh, no. Let's just do one more. I just want to do this. This is really cool. I sent Chris Gould this morning. I said, she doesn't have it yet. So anyway, I don't either. But Google Photos will now ship you individual prints to your home. And this is really cool. Before if you wanted prints to come and you said they would only send you sets of maybe 10 prints and they would mail them to your house. If you just wanted one print, then you had to go to Walmart or go to one of the services. But Google now, or Google Photos will now allow you to just say, I want one print. It's like 18 cents or something, and boom, and they will send it right to your house. And I think this is really great. I don't know what the cost of the transfer. I don't know what the shipping costs are. I don't have this. It's not available in Canada. I just sent Chris this morning, and she said, no, we don't have it. Do you have it? I don't have it. So this is just announced.
Is this going to be cheaper than printing it yourself?
Well, of course. When you look at all the paper and everything, I don't know what the cost. Like, it's gonna. The cost is probably 18 cents a print or something, or 25. I mean, it's going to be fairly cheap. The question will be in
the postage, correct?
Yeah. It'll be that'll be the question. So,
and I'd like to think the quality from Google will be better than most people can get on an inkjet printer.
That's right. But your option though is always, just remember that Walmart and CVS, you just click the print button on your on either your cell phone or your Windows machine, and it will print it right to Walmart or CVS anywhere in the United States, and you can pick it up, right? So, and they have professional printing right at those stores. So,
wasn't aware of that.
Yeah. So you can sit outside. I did this one time. We had company and they wanted some pictures before they got on the plane. I parked outside CVS. I just went and chose about 10 pictures, hit print, and I chose the CV location where my car was. And I walked in, and 3 minutes later, I had my pictures and was out the door. So they will. So Walmart, CVS, and
Walgreens.
Walgreens. Yeah. Those are the three that will do that. And also, if you want to send pictures to someone, just I sent a friend of mine in Nebraska, Fremont, Nebraska, a picture, an 8x10 of us, and I just had it. I had it print out right in the Walmart at Fremont, Nebraska, and I was in Mesa, and he phoned his wife up because she was in Walmart, and she said, "Oh, really?" So she walks over, picks the picture up, like 2 minutes after I called him. She was in the store, so and she picks the picture up. So it's a great service. The problem is that you got to go to the store. With this, it's going to actually send it right to your house. Pretty cool. All right, let's go back and see. Let's see. Olive says 21 watching and only 6 likes. There must be several watching on smart TVs where they need to hit the button to get up. I guess, yeah. Mike says, I use electronic banking Android app to scan and deposit checks. No problem so far. Yes. And so that brings up another issue, is Samsung Pay and Google Pay. I'm going to set this up. As you know, Dewey and I from Monday on our show, we've got, and I think also Bill James have the new, we've got the Galaxy 4 watch, of course, and we've got Samsung Pay, and we've got Google Pay, and then of course there's Apple Pay. And it's the same concept. Again, when the transaction occurs, there's no credit card numbers. So it is, Mike's, you're right. It's a very safe thing to do. And it's cool. I'm going to start tapping my watch. I think this is sort of neat. I gotta work on that. Right, Mike. Mike Iron, best gimbal is 4-axis. It fits my Pixel 3 and has a tripod base if I want to use it that way. Right.
Yep.
Is this show today 9?
Yes.
9,
yeah, we're live.
yeah, we are. Yeah. What's
I hope we're alive.
Yeah, is it 9/9/21? Does that add up to something, or is it?
It's date.
That's, I think, with us today. In some announcements.
Did you see what's becoming popular, and that's glass caskets?
Why are you thinking of dying? Are you thinking of dying shortly?
No, and what they were saying was they wonder if that's going to be a fad. Remains to be seen.
It's especially good for those that decide to be cremated.
Think about that, Bob. Remains to be seen.
Yes,
Oh, you guys.
Hewie, when you have to explain it.
Yeah,
like I said, especially good for those of us that are going to be cremated.
All right. So Chris says in the same announcement, they've added larger sized canvas prints. That's what I want. Oh, so that's cool. Yeah, thanks, Chris. That'll be, I think there's all sorts of potential for that. CVS.
I have a couple of those canvas prints but not recently. They were done a while ago through Google, and they come with a nice frame, the whole works.
Yeah.
And pretty reasonable.
Yeah, and Mike says CVS canvas prints are on sale and are good bargains, right? Costco used to, when they had their print service, used to do some good ones as well. So that's, yeah, cool. All right. I've got to talk about this. This is so cool. All right, you guys, have you heard? Now, you know that all of us are into, well, I guess Ray, do you have a robotic vac?
No.
You haven't lived.
I got an upstairs and a downstairs. I don't want to be having to carry it up and back.
So
there's a new one coming out that climbs stairs.
That's right. Yeah.
That I may consider.
So have you guys seen the new iRobot vacuum, the new J7?
Nope.
You haven't heard about this? So this is cool. All right. So here's the deal with this. Is that one of the problems that they've had with robotic vacuum cleaners is them picking up dog poop, and so this vacuum, this is the new one that's just announced today, that's coming out from Roomba. It has not only does it have LiDAR, but it has forward-facing cameras and can identify dog poop and objects that are in the room. So it will go around and it won't pick up dog poop. Now here's the deal. And I quote this because I'm reading this article. The company is so confident that the robot won't suck up your pet's poop that it offers an amazingly named pet owner's official promise. That's poop. Pet owner's official promise called poop. And will replace any Roomba J7 Plus that doesn't avoid solid pet waste. And it's called poop. That's the terms of service. It's called poop. Pet owner's official promise.
Their marketing really stepped up to that one.
I thought,
won that one.
Isn't that a hoot? So I thought that was so funny. I said, "You've got to be kidding!" So it not only does it do the LiDAR thing like yours does, Bob, but it also has forward-facing cameras, and I guess they can identify whatever, right?
Well, hopefully, there's no such thing as what you talked about in this house. We don't have any animals.
Yeah, but you can see where if you had a robotic vacuum, and it went around and I don't want to get into that, but you can just see where we're going to go with this.
My only question is the added expense for this one. Why don't you just pick it up before the vacuum starts?
Well, there are probably people that are away all day and they have the vacuum automatically set to run each day, and maybe the animals are in the house, and so they, we saw. Didn't I show you wasn't it last week? I showed you it missed an area. This robotic vacuum always missed the same area, and they couldn't figure out why it missed the same area. And so when the security cameras came on, they saw why, and the dog got mad at the thing, and the dog had his spot on the floor that was his, and he was not going to allow that darn vacuum to come to his spot. It was in the middle of the floor. So when he knew when the vacuum was going to start, and he went and sat in the middle of the floor to outline his that was his area, and so the vacuum just went around him and it never cleaned that area. I thought that was hilarious. So anyway, this is if you have a pet, you want a robotic vacuum, this is the one for you because it comes with a poop warranty. Poop warranty. There you go. So the new does anyone get the new Apple Watch? This is the new watch. Nothing newly earth-shattering on the watch. They figure the blood sugar monitoring will be another year yet before it's incorporated. This probably will be the release will be delayed. It was going to be in September. It might be October because guess what? They're having chip shortages. Yeah, chip shortage as well. The watch will be a little bit larger, and I think the screen's going to be a bit. So there's going to be some physical changes with it. Other than that, I didn't see a huge number other than it looking different because of course they have in order to get people to buy it, they've got to make it a little bit different. So they'll have some changes, but other than that, it does pretty much the same. Not a lot of new hype there. Now, you guys, here's my next prediction. You know I keep talking about this foldable phone, right? I'm really thinking that this, when smartphones came along, people would say, what do I need a smartphone for, right? And now everyone has smartphones. I get a feeling this is Australians can't stop buying Samsung's new phone, that Flip 3. It is sold out worldwide. People are going nuts over this foldable phone. And this is just another article that came out that says, it's going nuts. So all as I'm saying to everybody, I actually got, when the first day it came out, I was down shopping in one of the large centers, and they just they had one there, and they were just bringing it out, and I got to hold it and flip it and look. It's really interesting. So all as I'm saying, before you rush off and spend $1,000 on a new iPhone, go and have a look at this. This is really a neat piece of technology.
I saw on TV last night an ad for the Samsung Flip. That's the one that folds
Flip 3, yeah.
Half the small one. And it was definitely geared to that 20 to 40 age group. It was not geared to us at all. They was singing and dancing, and it was music that was very modern and upbeat, and definitely geared towards that younger group, that this was the phone of the being future. Cool. So
yeah,
I can see older people buying it for the advantage of it being smaller when you put it in your pocket.
Yep.
Olive asked a question in the chat about the vacuum that's going to climb the stairs, and the answer is simple. Yes, as it climbs the stairs, it cleans the stairs.
Right. Dyson's making it. In fact, I think I put an article. I think as we come down if we get to all the articles I've got the article on our Facebook page, and it's made by Dyson, and it's going to climb the stairs and clean the stairs. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's getting a bit much. I don't know. Anyway, I mean, it's pretty cool. Now, to let everyone know that I did buy another robotic vacuum. Now, you're going to say, why did I do that? I got two now. And the one I bought was, there's like a million countries make these. The million companies make these. These are just incredible. And so they've always got them on sale and specials. This one I bought for $135. And it's a no-name brand, but it's small, it's thin. And I just use it for our kitchen because it goes under all the chairs, and it goes under all the counter where the robotic, the big one I've got, the Roomba, it's too big. It won't go under the chairs. But it's a low profile in about half the size, and it's perfect for the kitchen. So we just use it, and it runs every night in the kitchen. So anyway, that's sort of cool. I put this on. If you do, I put this on for Bill James and Dewey. This is there are like an unlimited amount of watch faces for the new Galaxy Watch 4. So if you do have the watch, go to this web page, have a look at it, and you'll be able to just download crazy number of watch faces for it. We talked about this before, Bob, the Google One. What is your feeling? I guess the thing about the VPN, Google One VPN, is the bottom line is, if you want security, I think the recommendation was it depends. I mean, it works pretty good, but if you want true security, you probably want to choose a VPN that's not in the United States and is in another country, and
if it doesn't specifically state that it doesn't track and has no logs, that's the important part. Right. If there are logs, there is information that can be hacked. If it has no logs, and that's what you're looking for, then there's no information that somebody can accidentally get a hold of.
Right.
And it doesn't stay whether or not, it does not state whether or not this particular VPN from Google meets those two standards.
Right. Also, the question is that being a U.S. company in the United States, it's subject to U.S. laws, and you could get a court order requiring them to produce something. This could be more difficult.
But that happens in all countries.
Yeah, I guess so.
We just saw that with Proton. That was a court order,
right,
through Switzerland.
Right. I guess that's a good point, Bob. This is the same TV. Gosh, that's a beautiful TV. All right. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. Amazon Fire TV Kindles are on sale right now. Yes, okay. Why did I put this on there? Lenovo launches 13.3 Snapdragon powered Chromebook with OLED. Just let you know that there are so many new Chromebooks coming out now. When Hewie and I did our show last month, I mean, Chromebooks are leading the sales like huge, and all the major companies are all moving to produce more Chromebooks because that's where the money is, and that's where they're producing the volume now. Amazing stuff, and it's just amazing the number that are coming out. Hey, Hewie, you see lots of those articles all the time.
And I've decided my next one's going to have LTE built in, or 5G, but LTE minimum. And there are so few still being manufactured brands and models with LTE built in. HP's got a real highly rated new Chromebook, but the LTE version of it is not available yet.
Not available yet. So my old buddy Vale Williams says, "What if the poop on the top of the vacuum is from a cat? What if the cat hops on top of the vacuum and poops?
You're going to have to be like you and have two different vacuums, and then one jumps on top of the other one to clean it.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is very interesting, the response to pets and animals for these things. There are some pets that, it doesn't matter. They just look at it as weird. And other pets go nuts. Like they just can't stand the thing. So I guess before choosing one, if you had a pet, you might want to do a test with it and just see how it's going to respond. Stuart asked, do these vacuum companies update the software or just what you buy is what you get? I don't know. Bob, what do you think?
I've had many updates on my Wise vacuum.
Have you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Do they come through your phone then, and then they just go down into the vacuum? Is that how it works?
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay.
They go through the app, and the app communicates directly with the vacuum.
Yeah. I've had
lots of that has to do with technology as far as better tracking, better fencing, all of that stuff.
Right. Okay. I've got my iRoomba now for 6 months. I don't think I ever remember it. It might have got it in the background. Do you actually know when it updates? Does it give you?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
Not from the vacuum. I know it from the app.
From the app, yeah. Okay. Bill H says 24 watching with 13 likes. That's over 50%. Hey, I guess we have some people like what we're doing, eh? I guess we should.
That's on YouTube.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh well. All right. Let's soldier on. Here's your OS 93. Thanks for putting that in. Yeah. Hugh and I watch this. One of the reasons, Bob, I don't go to 90. Go onto the developer channel, is I want to know when it comes out for the regular people, because that's sort of important to know. So we're not talking about things the general public doesn't have. So you can be our futuristic guy and keep us informed, eh?
I still know when it comes out and is released.
Right.
But of course, if you're on the regular channel, you're less likely to have a problem.
Yeah.
Beta testers are willing to take a chance for something new, that something might go wrong.
This was a report. This is a software app called Heart Analyzer, and this was actually sort of cool. I put this on Heart Analyzer for iPhone and Apple Watch, updated with new heart reports. The nice thing about this is that it gave you a report that was easy to look at, and you didn't have to go find things every morning. And I thought that was sort of cool. So I put that on there. So if you have an Apple Watch, that that's something you might want to look at. Google Fit passes 100 million installs on Android, beating Fitbit app to the milestone. So I don't know if people know this. And the reason I put this up here is that you should, if you don't have Google Fit on your, it really doesn't necessarily have to be your watch. Google Fit actually measures your steps and all that sort of stuff on your phone when you're walking around or so on and so forth. So this gives you, and it'll do your pulse, and it does your pulse. You put your finger on the end of the on the lens of the camera, and then hit the button, and it tells you what your pulse is, and all sorts of stuff like that. So it does a whole bunch of stuff from your phone. It doesn't have to be on your watch. So it gives you a whole bunch of recordings of your bodily functions with the Fitbit, with the Fit. It's called Google Fit, and it's just an app. It's a free app that you download onto your phone. So I just want to let everyone know that it's possible. You don't have to have a watch to do a lot of things we're talking about. It's available through your phone, which I thought was sort of cool. Does everyone have
work then?
Pardon me?
How do the sensors work? I mean, the watches have sensors built into them to measure so much. How does a phone do it?
Well, it depends on what you're going to do. So, for example, if you want your pulse done, you have to hold your finger up to the phone, to the lens on the phone, and then it measures it from that. So that's how. So they don't. You're right, and I guess it measures your how far you walked and all that sort of stuff in steps. All does it through the it would do it through the GPS system, right? And it would so it measures it in a little bit different way. But it's cool, and 100 million people, 100 million downloads. Lots of people are using it, so it's a fun. If you have an Android a phone, then I would encourage you. It's fun to look at. I did that, and just to make, because it doesn't come with your phone, so you got to download it. So just get it. It's fun. It's free. It's free, and you have some fun with it.
I will. Thank you.
Oh, and Jim has, yeah. So have you all heard about the Oura ring? Oura ring. Jim's got the Oura ring. If you haven't, look it up. It's Oura. And so we always are talking about watches, right? But there are other devices that can have sensors in them, and Jim has one called the Oura ring, and you wear it as a ring. You don't have to have it as a watch, and you can have, and it measures all sorts of things as well. So that's sort of cool. I've been doing some testing the last 3 days. So I go to bed and I have my my Galaxy Watch 4 on my left wrist. I have my Fitbit Sense on my right wrist. And then I have my CPAP machine on my head. So my wife said I look like some freak in the ICU, like it's really sort of weird but I'm doing some testing and I'm measuring. I want to look and see how the sleep recording, if there's any difference between, a CPAP machine and both these watches. And so the results I'll have in the next, maybe for Monday. I'm not quite sure yet how I'm going to do it, but it's very interesting. Lots of interesting stuff. What does this all mean? And is it all hocus pocus? So I'm doing some testing on this, and that's what I've been doing the last few days. This is interesting for all you people that have e-bikes. So you guys, like I've been having lots of fun with my e-bike, and Bafang, which is the main company that makes 80-90% of the motor drives in e-bikes, is coming out with a 2-speed automatic shifting, making it 2-speed. So the motor will be 2 speeds. Right now they're just 1 speed, and the speed depends on how you shift it. And they're going to come out with a 2-speed automatic shifter, which is going to come out. This is big stuff. This is really cool. That's going to really make a difference in e-bikes. Just to so I thought that was sort of cool. What is this? A $10 Apple Watch accessory is a game changer for battery life. This, I think, is a portable charger.
That's what I think it is too. And for $10, it looks like it'd be an interesting item.
Yeah. It's interesting. The hold on. Are we on? We're at 9:59.
Oh gosh.
We're almost finished. Oh my gosh. Just when I'm going to come out and tell. We'll have to do this next week. Oh my! Where did the hour go, you guys?
Fun when time flies when you're having a good time.
Oh my gosh! Well,
That's what happens when you're talking about pooper scoopers.
Yep.
Well, remember, what does it say here? It says the official is the pet owner official promise. That is the poop doctrine of the iRobot.
That was the high part of our program today.
Yeah, that's the highlight.
All right, listen. Thanks for coming, you guys. We will see everyone in about another week. We'll be back, same time, same place, with more stuff. Be sure and pop over and have a look at our Facebook page. This is just today's stuff we posted. There's every day we post a whole bunch of new stuff. So come over and have a look at our Facebook page. We'll see everybody on Monday. We'll have a big show for you on Monday. Lots of fun, and stay safe. And we will talk to you in a week's time. Bye now.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.